Alrighty, welcome to the December 7th, 2022 Budget and Finance meeting. Roll call, Lori,
Here.
Vic,
Here.
John Barbera. Absent. Maybe Melanie here. Okay, any students that you see in there right now?
Attendees but also we're at.
Nope, it's just 3 people. It's just us. Okay, so first thing on the agenda is so any public comment?
No.
No, I have none either.
Might want to enlarge the
Yeah, it's kind of small. Oh,
Only if you want us to be able to read it.
yeah.
That's
There.
better. Just center it.
There. So,
Okay.
the next thing is, why is this? It's weird. There we go. That's better. So, the next thing is the budget or the MER, excuse me. So I finally got this like 3 minutes ago because
Okay.
I emailed them and bitched at them because it had a thing on our MER saying that they hadn't reviewed our charges for the month, so we couldn't generate the MER. So I sent an email and CC'd Melvin and everybody and said, you know, this has happened before. We have our meetings that we need our MER for. And if you guys aren't reviewing stuff, then how are we supposed to do anything? What can we do to alleviate this from happening ongoing? Because now I have a budget and finance meeting and don't have this. So I got an email just a couple of minutes ago. Oh, we went and verified them all real quick for you so you can have it for your meeting tonight. So,
Okay.
so what they did, which is really weird, Vic, which they didn't do last time, they already added the rollover into our funds. So I had to make the MER and the budget with the rollover in it, but then add it to our new fiscal year budget. I had to redo it still anyway to make it official, but they added it in already on the MER. So that's why these figures are coming out higher.
Okay, well, at least we got the money.
Yeah, so it's odd. The letter went out, and within a couple of days of that letter going out, all of a sudden I got the email about the rollover funds.
I talked to other neighborhood councils. They got their rollovers now too.
Right, yeah. Once our letter, I hate, knock on wood if that's what it took, once my letter hit like the controller's office and hit the big wigs for the city clerk and bonk, next thing you know, they're approving all the neighborhood councils rollover money.
Well, we'll never know what triggered it. It was probably in process, but I'm sure that was a little kick too. So
a little kick in the rear.
yeah.
But anyway, so this is the MER. We paid out, you know, the only thing that's still, I have not received an invoice from, what's his face, from Reed Printing. So until I receive that invoice from him, I cannot request more money for the newsletter. So we'll just do it next month.
Okay, where's you got Doug's invoice, right? I saw he sent it to
It's
me.
paid.
Okay.
It's paid. He's all paid. See?
So Vic, in case you don't know, the printing costs went up considerably. It's the cost of paper. And so it's over the amount we originally approved. Are you aware of this?
I mentioned it to him, but I don't.
Okay. So what I did to answer any of the people who would question this type of thing is I got a quote from another printer that was even higher. So if they say, well, did you get a quote? We can say, yes, we did, but we didn't know the final cost when we had originally approved it. So I'm sure they'll give us some flack.
But we're just going to have to next month, once I have his invoice and I'll request to be able to pay the invoice, we have to increase the budget for the newsletter by $500.
You're not going to request it now?
No. not until we have the newsletter, because we have to have
Okay.
proof of reasoning for
Okay,
the show that
so
we're.
you're gonna need to increase the cost of the second newsletter that we have
Yes.
planned
So
for
what we'll
March.
do is when I do that next month, I'll have a motion then. I'm just doing this in baby steps with them because they're such a pain. So
Okay,
since we have the rollover funds now, we'll approve the new budget this time. And then next time, what we'll do is we'll make amendments to the newsletter to pay the printing, and then make an amendment
Okay.
to the newsletter for the election one.
and
to
if they
have
do
it
question
in-
anything, Melanie, in talking to Doug, and you could look at our previous invoices from Reed, they have not increased our rate in a long, long time.
Yeah, I know that.
So, okay, so it, just, I'll take the heat if we have to, but I mean, we just didn't have all the information.
So, anybody want to motion this?
Sure, I move we approve the MER.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3-0.
May I ask a quick question?
Mhm.
What day did you two receive your newsletter in the mail?
Oh, geez. Let me think. It was last week.
Okay,
November, November 29th.
okay, that's when
Okay.
I got mine
Yeah.
too. Not everybody did. So, because I was just checking. So it was a couple of days before the December 2nd call for candidates. though.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I got it before the call for candidates.
Okay, that was the goal.
So this is the budget. So I redid the budget based on the rollover money. So what I did is we have all of this here, and we pay what we paid out so far. And like the newsletter is got $866.81, which isn't going to cover the Reed printing based on his quote. So once I get the invoice, then I'll pay it. He'll get paid when we get an approval for the more money. So the outreach fund has increased right now with $13,010.55.
I realize the costs went up, but we have plenty of funds, so it's not a
Yeah.
critical issue. Now, I had, I forgot how many, over 200 overrun, which I normally do, so that we could hand out. So if it becomes an issue, I guess we could eliminate the overrun, but it's nice to be able
Right,
to
it's nice to
place
have
them.
that, though.
Oh, for some reason, Doug's calling me. Excuse me a second here.
Okay,
And Melanie,
Doug,
I
I'm in
think
my
we
budget meeting.
need to itemize the rollover somewhere, not just say outreach plus.
no, that's just for our personal budget. This is our neighborhood council budget. We don't have to, we have to put it somewhere. We're required to put it somewhere. So I just put it here. And this is what we've done before, is outreach funds rollover, period. It just goes in a catch-all fund, basically, until we decide what we're doing with it.
Well, because I could see somebody wanting to know how much was rolled over.
Right,
and
that's covered. That's covered. Because
Oh,
what
okay.
you have is this right here, the letter.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the rollover, right
And
there.
the rollover is the exact amount we expected it to be, correct?
Yep, it's exact.
Okay, okay. All
But
right,
basically what we've done in the past is just thrown this rollover fund over here into unallocated outreach funds. And then we pick it out of it what we need, like for MPGs, then we'll move it and change the MPG fund balance.
so next month you want to put a proposal in for NPGs then?
Yeah, that's what I think we're gonna do for next month, is increase the MPGs and then start. And I want to have next month, hopefully, an application process kind of set up where we can vote on it, of what the application deadline is gonna be and what the application is gonna look like.
Do you have a suggested amount for NPGs? We got a lot of money here.
I know we are planning the Wild Fest thing, and we're probably gonna need, I would say,
But nothing's been approved for a Wild
nothing
Fest thing.
yet. Well, it is.
And there's no
Ray-
budget.
There's no budget, but we can't do anything until Ray wanted to wait until after the holidays.
Okay,
Really
I'm
put
sorry,
it
are we
together.
putting it on or a park is putting it on?
We are putting it on with Peck Park. But we're gonna
Okay.
have to reprint our banners and reprint our,
Our banners.
the banners for it, you know, the
Oh,
ban-
for the event. Okay.
Wild Fest thing and the flyers. So I'm thinking probably it's gonna be $600-700 more than
Okay.
likely around there.
They really should think, if they're going to plan this on being an annual thing, to create a banner that has just general information that would remain the same, okay, and have a place where they can change the date.
I
I saw a
agree.
Candy Cane
Right.
Lane banner up at Willenberg School, and you could see they just changed the date. That was it.
I agree. I agree.
You can have them
So
with.
that's something we'll have to look at when Gwen is redesigning the original banner that we had before, to see if somehow that can be done in the future.
Okay, just if she could keep it simple.
I know. They, but yeah, this is a budget. So this is what we have. So,
Okay.
for right now, until we go back in and dissect it again next month, then this is what we have. So anybody want to move this?
I'll
It's
move
Vic's
to approve the
turn.
budget.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so, and like I said, the rollover.
But you don't have any requests from anybody else for
Yeah,
anything?
I do. I do.
Oh,
I
what do we got?
one, so I'll show you what we've got. First, we got this. Got to approve this. This we have to approve. Whenever you get the rollover money, remember. from
Could you
before,
stop moving it? Okay, thank you.
we have to add the rollover money in and then
Okay.
revise the annual budget. And then you go down here and we have to disperse it and here and here. And then come up with, you know, all the money again with the rollover fund added to it. So what we have to do is reapprove the fiscal year budget for 2022-23 to include rollover funds.
How much did we give out in NPG grants last year? Was it 10,000?
10,000.
I think we should do 10,000 again, but can we, that's not on the agenda, so we can't discuss it,
No,
or is it on the
Can't
agenda?
discuss it until next month.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Alrighty. So,
So what's the new request?
I'll tell you in a minute after we approve this. So to approve the budget,
I thought we just did approve the
no,
budget.
we have to approve the fiscal year revised budget with rollover funds.
So, but you haven't changed the amounts of the newsletters on here.
I know it. This is just, like I said, we will change that.
Okay, if you're good with it,
Next month.
if you think this is the right way to do
Fiscal
it,
year
that's fine.
revised budget for 2022-23 with rollover money. This is just to get.
The elections printing and materials, where did that number come from? $500?
We just put
Just
it
guessed?
in their guess.
Okay, all right.
When we were, and the budget, again, this budget was, this stuff has to be revoted on. So
Okay.
it's kind of just a footprint where.
So
lay
I understand.
footprint,
So
you
what
have to revise.
happened to the idea of running Wild Fest on the same day as our election? So that we,
They said no, up at the
okay,
park.
okay, well, we would have gotten people to show up and vote, but okay.
Fiscal year budget, revised budget with rollover funds for 2023. So I'm gonna move it. Who wants to second?
Vic
I'll
does.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I-
But why would Peck Park make the decision that they don't want to
Because
combine
we had
the
a
events?
discussion with them and they said they felt it best because they're the ones that are actually, it's gonna be their event with us sponsoring in order to get out of the particulars and the fee,
Oh,
all of that.
okay, okay,
It's not gonna be our event. It's gonna be their event with us.
well, that's what I asked you earlier, and you said
Yeah.
it's our event.
No,
Okay, that's a bit different.
so this is the request for money. It came via the election committee via executive board for $100 because they want to print our map of our areas bigger.
It's only gonna cost $100, and where are they gonna put
That's
these
what
maps?
they seem to think.
Where are they gonna put these maps?
They're gonna put it on like a board in behind a table when they table some events here, like first Thursday and whatever, to try and do and take it. And I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna do this because the board meeting isn't till Monday. They want to go pay out of pocket, Ray does, and get this printed,
Because they're gonna have an event on this
have
Saturday.
it on Saturday,
Yeah, because I just found out they're hosting a booth there,
a table, yeah.
or a table, yeah.
So we're gonna have to just like president's approval, you know?
Well, I don't have any problem with the $100.
I don't have a problem with it either.
But
and
we're
it's
voting for it after the fact.
Right, we're voting for it now, but then the board will vote for it after the fact.
So I'm sorry, do they already have a printer and a quote? That, I mean, today's Wednesday. and they-
John's like gonna go see Herb and get it done quick.
And has it, and I assume they reviewed the map for accuracy.
Yep,
They're making a big one, like poster size?
I guess that's
Yeah,
what
I think that's the idea.
that's the idea. Is that
All
what you
right.
understood too,
You know
Vic?
what? We are just,
We are just
our
advising.
role is not to discuss whether this is a good idea or a bad idea. Our
Right.
role is to discuss that the
Whether
money
we have
is
the money or
available.
not.
And the money
Right.
is available.
Right, so I recommend this come out of the election fund. $100 out of the 500.
That's fine. I mean, it could be
Okay,
outreach
so-
too, either way.
Yeah,
Doesn't really matter.
funding, request.
But did you get a request from the election committee?
John came to the board meeting and asked for it,
To the
To
board
that-
meeting?
to the executive board meeting and requested it.
Okay, but
Because they are
isn't it
not a
supposed to
stand-
come out of committee? So it's coming out of the election committee or out of the board committee?
Because they aren't a standing committee, they cannot request money. So they have to bring it to a standing committee and they brought it to the election or to the executive board.
I see. Okay, so it's coming from the executive board.
Executive board is requesting this.
That needs to be clear so that we
Yeah.
don't get any of the numbnuts. I mean, anybody questioning this.
Yeah, it's coming because the election committee isn't a standing committee. They can't request money. So they have
But they are a standing committee. The bylaws and elections are a standing committee.
no, because John,
Yes, they are.
Ray said that it couldn't come from them. And so they-
Okay, well, but they are a standing committee, just
I
so you
know.
know.
It
He just
is
started
a
a port.
standing committee, but it was a last minute invitation from the
So it
city
wasn't,
Foster.
to all the neighborhood councils that to attend this event. And there was no meeting time between. the
I know,
time-
but they could have printed small maps. We have them. Didn't they have them at the, oh, and none of you guys went to the Candy Cane Lane, so they were supposed to have maps printed
But
there.
that's why it went through executive, because of the timing of the invitation, and it was basically too short notice
Okay.
to try to set up.
Well, but we are only supposed to be responsible for approving that the money's available.
Yeah,
But when somebody requests money, I hate to be a stickler. They have to have a quote from somebody. They can't just, just
I know
normally.
that. I know that. But
I'm not comfortable with this one.
Ray was insistent that this be approved.
Well, then,
And he basically said
And he was gonna pay it out of his pocket and
Right.
figure it out later.
okay, all right. I'm just saying that if anybody's a stickler on this, technically you're supposed to, when you put
I
a
know,
request in for
I
money,
know.
you have to have a budget and a quote.
I know, and I pretty much
All right,
said that too, Vic, didn't I, at the meeting? And I was just kind of figuring out how to make it work.
okay. Well, we know we're gonna get pushback. It is what it is.
I know. And Ray basically told me at the meeting, at the executive board, that he was ready to eat it if they wouldn't agree to pay, if it was.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
so,
That he'd pay
Okay.
for it out of pocket and then, see if he could get reimbursed, and if not, that's the way it goes.
and the sad thing is it's supposed to be raining for this event.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought the latest was now Saturday night into Sunday, not Saturday.
Well, maybe that would be good.
Yeah, that's
I-
what it is. Karen
Okay.
Bass, that might be pouring down rain for it though.
Well, it can always, this far out, it can always shift.
Okay.
John,
Yeah.
John just came in.
Did you confuse your times, John?
What time was it supposed to be? Oh, 5
5
o'clock?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Well, I had to go pick up Italia. That was,
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
always something.
That's all right.
it's always something. Listen to you. Well, it's good to see you back, Lori. Glad to hear that sense
Lori.
of humor.
Yeah,
John,
yeah.
since you're here, explain this map thing because Lori's got some questions.
No, let it go. It wasn't done properly. You should have a budget. You should have a quote from somebody. But if Ray's saying do it, then by golly, just do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go to Kinko's tomorrow morning. I got the flyer from Chris, and I'll head over to,
A flyer. I thought it was a
yeah.
map.
it's the map too, but Chris made a little flyer up that, Ray wanted some sort of flyer on us.
On what?
Just on the north, but here, let me see if I could, I'll send it to you guys.
But what is the flyer? Is it about neighborhood council? Is it about the election? What is it?
Yes,
Okay.
it's
We
about the
have the
neighborhood council.
Well, we've got the newsletters. Don't you have a lot of newsletters left?
Yeah. I'm gonna bring like 100.
I don't know why we need a flyer and the newsletter. Everything's covered in the newsletter.
Well, because we have all the different whatchamacallits.
I don't know what the whatchamacallits
Yeah,
are.
exactly. Those things.
Yeah.
The
Could you
people,
explain it? Could you define a whatchamacallit?
yes, we have other councils.
Yeah, but the flyers for all the neighborhood councils?
No, it's just ours.
Well, then what, again, then my statement about the newsletter covering this stands.
All right, let me do this. You want me to send it to you, Mel, and you'll put it
No,
on?
Or-
show
No,
it?
it doesn't matter. Ray's approved it.
No, but let me make you co-host and just share it. Do you know how to share screen share, John?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so there.
John's
you're
an
co-host, and
expert at
it's a
this
screen
stuff.
share. Just show everybody. I gotta stop screen share before you can do it. There you go.
All right, give me a sec here. Let me get on to and get it on there. And where did I put it? Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, Vic, did you like the write-up in the newsletter for the Feed and Be Fed and volunteers for the Science Center?
So
Oh
there
my
it is.
God.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. That is hideous.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing the election stuff. I don't remember seeing that part.
Yeah,
He put this together so we can pass out to people so they know who we are, the committees we have, monthly
Oh, yeah,
board, it's just, something that Tim has, if you have anything that explains, about the Northwest, what you do. So this is what he came up with.
you know what's like missing? Like our logo?
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for him to call me back so I can tell him to put our logo. I said, it's nice that he put the city of Los
It
Angeles.
should be small, the city one and ours.
The city
next
one
to
should
it.
be and the square one we have should be right there.
Yeah, it
that-
should be our logo and the city logo side by side.
Also,
I,
you never print
but
in yellow.
smaller.
Yellow is terrible.
I don't think much of this design, but
I don't like the yellow at all.
Yeah.
and the font changes weirdly. What the heck?
Because he justified the margins and it's all in caps. All
Yeah.
in caps. Ow. Vic,
Yeah.
that's a no-no. That's yelling at people.
this design is, yeah.
But you know what? It's just a quick down and dirty, so I guess we have to live with it. But we never, ever should put something out that doesn't have our logo on it. That's a big no.
Well, the nice thing
Especially
about
if
it,
we're paying for it, our logo needs to be on it.
What do we
That's
care about the YouTube and the Twitter and the Instagram? It doesn't even have the Facebook on there.
okay, let me do it. I'll fix it. I can do it here at home. So I got it and I can, I'll do that. That's
No, but
my,
has Ray already
yes.
approved
No.
this, John?
he hasn't seen it, but what I want to do, I want to get rid of, I want to leave, where it says, for more information, visit,
That
the
needs to be
nwsanpedro.org.
Smaller.
But the other San Pedro and then the YouTube and the little Tweety bird and the Instagram.
I mean,
needs to
it's bad
disappear.
enough he's doing that, but he doesn't even have Facebook on there. But nobody's going to look at that.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they'll see that they can go to the nwsanpedro.org. Boom, that's it. Just put that in there. Doesn't need anything,
So this is supposed to be a flyer just on neighborhood councils.
Yes.
So I still stand by, if you look at the call for candidates, the front page of the newsletter, it explains what a neighborhood council is and what we do.
Right. I know that, but
All right.
just give something
All
to
right.
give them. I'm gonna put out pens and just so you guys know, I don't have to get anything. We don't need our tent,
Right.
our canopy or table, because they're supplying it.
Oh, good. Did you find out if Barry has our table?
I don't know, but I think we did have a table.
Yeah, I think it might still be in my garage. I thought I brought one over to you, but if I didn't,
No.
I just, I talked to him as little as possible, but next time I talk to him, I'll find out.
Yeah, one of those should be ours then he has, because I
So-
remember
What's the other thing that you're having printed, John, then?
the map.
The map?
Yeah, Octaviano sent me a good thing on the map, so
Okay,
Are you sure that his version is the right version?
it's the new one.
Okay.
It's the new version, yeah, where it shows that the boundary line goes past the freeway over into
So
by the railroad.
are you making a poster board of that, or are you making flyers?
Poster board.
Oh, okay.
and the other ones are flyers?
Yeah, the other ones will be flyers.
Okay, so remember too, that we're only approving $100, so it can't go over that.
No, but if we run, I figured 100 flyers, I'll ask him what 100 to 150 run. I don't think it's gonna be,
Because Kinko's, it might be expensive compared to what Herb charges.
but I can't count on Herb to be done
I
by
know,
Saturday.
No.
This is already, I mean,
a lot
I
of-
was given this task on Monday
I know.
Yeah.
and nobody knew who to contact. I kept saying, okay, give me Connie's phone number. Let me call, give me this guy, give me Tim's, give me somebody. So then yesterday I told Chris, I need to know, because Ray said, well, ask Chris, because he talked to her too. And I said, okay. So like that, Chris, yeah, I can't remember who the girl is. It was a girl and and okay. And then here comes Wednesday and he sends me, oh, I remembered who it was. It's Gianna Rizzi. And I said,
This is at Kinko's?
no, this is the
You could
lady
also-
this is the one who's putting on the
Putting on the event?
like Sandra Piedamatato used to do for,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
All
what's
right,
his name.
if in Kinko's, did you check to see if Office Depot is cheaper?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna check,
Okay.
give them a call tonight.
All right, thank you, John.
Okay,
And listen, bring all the newsletters with you. Don't worry about, you didn't deliver them to the parks yet, right?
No, I did
Then
today.
don't. Take them all to this event, and if you have some left over, we'll take them to the parks, but we want to make
No,
sure.
I did go to the parks this
Oh,
morning.
you did? Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
told
well.
you, I went this
Okay.
morning. I talked to.
And I think I
saw
might have
Micah.
about 10 copies left, so if I'm up to going, I'll bring mine too. If not, I'll drop
Yeah,
them off.
no,
with you.
I still got a stack like this.
Okay.
okay. So
So,
we have a motion. Who wants to move that we approve this? And somebody other than John.
Okay, I'll move it.
okay, can I second it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Second, John. And all those in favor?
Aye.
I,
and we shouldn't get too much stink eye on this because they're always raving about, oh, you should do the flyer around to do the elections and
Yeah.
the people and all that. So
Hey, John, is everybody on the board invited to attend this event? Or?
No, I invited, who I invited basically is Youth and Outreach, which they're all on the board,
yeah,
you know.
Well, I'm not,
And I know that, but you're
but
still.
I got an invitation from Tim McCosker.
I got an
Yeah.
invite from Tim.
Right, you told, yeah,
RSVP'd
she
to
told me that.
go.
was
I'm
the
just
executive
saying,
meeting.
if you didn't include all the board, again, the disruptors might say, we didn't know about this. So maybe
well.
don't you think a notice should go out that we will be hosting a table at this event? Or we'll deal with it when, I don't know, what do you think?
I
Vic? You
figured,
think we should-
yeah, I figured this. Nobody answered me for the candy cane.
Yeah,
or
but
the parade.
that's,
Well, you know that
What do you-
Goldfarb can't make it because it's the Sabbath and he's got to do the prayers and all of that, so he can't come.
Vic, what do you think?
I agree with you. You should send something out to everybody.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll send it to
just-
everybody then.
And basically you could just say that, we've been invited to host a table at Tim McCosker's oath, whatever it's called.
Swearing
Yeah.
in, is what they call it.
Yeah, and
Inauguration
anybody
or
from
the
the
oath.
neighborhood council is welcome to attend. Just
Yeah,
keep
matter of
it
fact,
short and sweet.
I'll even send it with the flyer like I did.
Should probably
Yeah.
say something that, because my understanding was all the neighborhood councils were invited, or at least all the ones in CD 15.
Yeah, so you could say that, that's a good idea.
The point being, it wasn't just us.
Yeah. So that's what you
So-
could say, John, is that the neighborhood councils in CD 15 were invited to attend this ceremony and just give the address and the time and just
Well, I got
leave
the
it at
flyer.
that.
I have the flyer
No,
that
what,
they
what,
sent.
what, you mean Tim McCosker's flyer?
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's fine.
They want you to RSVP too. They're asking you to.
It's not mandatory, but yeah.
Yeah, not for the council. If we have in a booth, they can show,
But you don't want
basically,
20 people standing at the booth.
But I kind of want to know, like, do you know where parking is and stuff like that?
I don't know. It should
I
say,
don't
she's supposed to send me a packet, okay, with all
Okay.
the information. Let me see if it was sent. And as soon as I get it,
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
I'm
listen,
curious
are we done with budget and finance
Yeah, we
stuff?
are. So that's it, unless anybody else has any other requests or any other money matters to discuss, like I
No,
told
just
Mary John, your late
Everybody,
party. But next month, we've got the rollover money. We revised the budget. We, next month, we're gonna do the MPGs, discuss heightening the amount of money, talk about the application process and deadlines and times, as well as we've got to revise the newsletter next month, also the monies for both newsletters.
because of the increase in the printing
Increase in
cost.
Printing costs, once I get the invoice from Reed Printing.
What's taking him so long? Did you call him?
No, I called him and left a message.
I don't know how the man operates when we have to
I don't
beg for an
either.
invoice. All right, Lori's tired.
so that's it. We don't have any other,
Nope, that's it. So the MER was in, I got that like 2 minutes before the meeting after complaining to them. And then, we got the budget and the
We-
rollover money.
We approved everything, John.
Approved everything, and then your requests. So we're good to go.
okay. Yeah, I'll send the three of you, I'll redo the flyer and send it to you three guys and,
Well, I mean, did Ray see the flyer?
I don't think
we
so.
want-
It came, hang on, let me see if he sent it to Ray too, or is it just me? Nope, just me.
Okay, well, we need to make Chris clear that anything that comes out of our board has to have our logo on it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and I told him that, and then I looked at it, then I left him,
I think
Uh,
he did it quick and dirty and just did it too quick and dirty and.
he did it last night and this morning.
Okay, All right, so are we closing the meeting?
So I'm going to stop the recording. This ends our budget and finance meeting for tonight, and our next one will be on January 4th.
And that'll be back at 5:30.
And back at 5:30. So
Okay.
I
Yeah,
will-
like I said, I'm sorry, it got a little trafficky. I was trying to hurry up. She came out and then,